It's cost me a lot, but there's one thing that I've got. It's my man.
Hello, my name is Dayme and I am a singer, songwriter, director, editor, designer. Basically, I am work in progress because I'm always learning and honing new techniques to help me establish my dreams, and I think the more you know, the more you can do for yourself, your chances of success would be greater, if you can do a lot more things on your own. I basically started to learn a lot about what it is that I need to do as an artist. Why do I love music? Well, it all started, I was born in Puerto Rico and my parents are Dominican, from the Dominican Republic, and they decided to move from Puerto Rico to Louisiana, and when we moved, I knew no English whatsoever, so I had to learn the language. And I remember just listening to the radio and following along with lyric sheets so that I could see the words and see how they're pronounced. And basically, by doing that over and over, I learned to write songs because I started to see a pattern in songwriting. And I also learned to sing because I would listen to these songs over and over, and then I would start to sing them. And just music became everything for me because it was my escape. It was like I looked at music as a friend, if you will, like almost being a person that I would spend so much time with, and music would comfort me. It would make me feel safe and okay, and that's where I wanted to be, and that's who I wanted to be with music. So my relationship with music has been a beautiful one, a volatile one. Sometimes I love it so much that I can't stay away from it, and other times I have to shut it out for a period of time and then come back to it. My inspirations, well, when I moved to Louisiana, I expanded my musical horizon. Because when I lived in Puerto Rico, it was basically merengue and salsa, and that's really all we listened to. But when I moved to Louisiana, I had a neighbor, and between him and his father and his mother, they exposed me to all of these different types of music. For example, Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton, Van Halen, and then Billie Holiday. So I started to listen to all these different type of artists, and I fell in love with the variety that I came across in Louisiana. And the blues, love Stevie Nicks and Sade, then Jack White. I love Jack White, I have to say. He just blows me away. The way he delivers each song, you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what his voice is going to sound like, what the music is going to sound like. I mean, he's one that does not deal with the whole genre thing. It's like, nope, whatever I'm feeling, that's what I'm going to do. So I would look at myself that way. I'm all about what I'm feeling, and I don't go into the studio thinking I have to write a song that would be in the pop category or in the rock category. It's just, it all depends on what I'm feeling. I would say that my true inspirations are, well, like I said, Jack White, Sade, but then I love artists like Metallica and Guns N' Roses and Amy Winehouse. It's really hard to say because I think there are a lot of great artists out there and they all offer, you know, something special. It just depends on what mood you're in. And you learn from everyone, you know, because they all have their own unique art forms. So, and then I have Latin influences like Selena. I admired her work. I still admire it. Luis Miguel. Love his work. What artist would I love to work with? Jack White. Jack White to me is the ultimate. He is so unpredictable and that's how I love to work. So I think together, basically if you ask us what is this album gonna sound like, what are your songs gonna sound like, we would probably look at each other and say we have no clue because you're just gonna go with what you feel. And that is an adrenaline rush because you really don't know what you're going to allow yourself to talk about, what you're going to feel, the emotions that are just going to rise to the top. You know, it would be a suspense thriller even for myself. So, yeah, Jack White. I hope the universe, God, somebody hear me, and that would be great. If that could happen, that would be amazing. And I will play this till. What do I hope to accomplish? Well, like any artist, I would say when I go into a room to write a song, I basically just close the door behind me and I surrender, and I'm as honest can be with what I write about, whether it's about myself or someone else, or it's a story I'm creating. And I hope that at the end of the day, when I release my work, that I connect to other people that are feeling the same way, that are searching for the same things. Because like with an artist, it's not just about you, it's about what your audience gives you and what you give them, and you form this beautiful relationship, and you need each other in order to survive, and you complement one another. So there's nothing greater for me to create this work and then release it to the world and then make friends along the way, all because of my art form, because I gave something that someone so desperately needed at that moment in time. That's the ultimate for me. Royals? Yes, that's a phrase that I created in reference to people that admire my music and appreciate what I do. The definition for Hollywood Royals is someone that has a glamorous and very rich personality, a rich soul, and it has nothing to do with fame. It has nothing to do with money. It's basically about one's character, and that to me is the most royal and the most glamorous. It's funny, I was telling my friend the other day, my Hollywood Royals, they found me through the internet. They wound up coming across my music and listening to it, and then they reached out. They've also started fan pages, and they send me art, you know, drawings of myself, and they just give me all of these wonderful gifts. And I have to say that that unconditional love, for someone else it may seem like, but it's not real, you don't know them, but that's the furthest thing from the truth. I feel that I receive more genuine love from these people that I've never met because they connected to me through my music and they understand where I'm coming from, what it is that I'm doing, and it's like this language of energy. We harmonize together, and as much as they look forward to what song I put out that day or what pictures I put out, I long to read their messages, to read their postings, and I need them as much as they need me. So it is my honor to work as hard as I do and to create new art every day. Every day I create something, whether it's a poem, a song, putting up a picture or something, and in return they are right there for me, and together I'd say me and my Hollywood Royals have the best relationship one could ever want. So I'm grateful, I'm truly grateful, and that's why it's a pleasure for me to do this, whether I become super famous or just continue to reach a certain amount of people around the world. That's fine with me. I love what I do, and I love the genuine recognition that I receive from that. I would also love to do a tour. I want to tour Europe, I want to tour Middle East, South America, North America, and I would love to meet all of my friends in person, my Hollywood Royals, and thank them so much for being there and for sharing their time, their love, and in return that's my way of giving back in person. So I guess I will be doing my music and putting out videos forever and a day. It's just what I do and what I enjoy doing. So it's a beautiful thing. And as humans, we really need to connect to other humans, and connecting through art is just one of the most beautiful ways to connect. I can't explain it, but it's priceless. I write from the heart, and my songs tend to have a form of their own. They're not formatted in any kind of traditional sense, but whatever works, that's what I allow to exist. And with my videos, I basically, because I shoot a lot of my videos myself and I also edit them, I have to get very creative because I gotta place the camera somewhere so that I can catch the angle. I find different ways to convey the message and get the message across, but at the end of the day, I love that I am able to create the music and do my videos, so therefore I can deliver the full vision and say this is what I envisioned in my head. But it's not to say that I wouldn't work with other producers and also have other people do my videos, because I have. I welcome it all.